It was a complete shock that took over the Adeosun Idiorobo community in Ido local government area of Oyo State, Nigeria. The entire community was thrown into shock on one particular Sunday when they found one of their landlord, who goes by the name Mr. John Aderemi Abiola, in his room as a skeleton. Almost 4 years after he was last seen, and that was in December 2018. The landlord was not seen for complete 4 years. Everybody was like looking for him. They were asking about this man, but no one knows his whereabouts because he also lived in Port Harcourt with his family. So that particular place now is his second home. So, but before we proceed to know how this man died, what caused him to stay in that place for 4 complete years without any person noticing, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Subscription means to follow me. Whenever I upload a new video, you will be able to see it. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. The discovery was made after the community decided, with the approval of the police authorities, to go into his compound to clean the bush in his compound, which had overgrown his fence into the next house, causing invasion by reptiles, that's snakes and other dangerous animals, into his neighbor's compound. As 2019 crept into 2020, the residents started wondering where the man could be. Though he told 2 persons he used to communicate with, that's Mr. Abiola now. He told them of his intention to go to Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and be back for Ileya ceremony. So this Ileya ceremony normally take place in Ibadan. So it's a cultural ceremony that this man wants to partake in. So he told the people he normally communicates with that he will be back for that ceremony. So not seeing him for the festivity made them to think he was staying back where he initially come from. That's Port Harcourt now, because this man and his family also live in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria. They tried calling his phone number, that's they tried calling him on phone, but calls to his phone was not going. After it was noticed that the weed in his compound had grown very bushy, the community landlords were said to have decided in a meeting to find a means of getting access to the premises to clear the bush. So the landlords made a meeting to clear the bush because it has overgrown. And remember, I said earlier, reptiles now like snakes and other dangerous animals now crawl into his neighbor's compound and disturbing them there and thereabout. However, they were said to have jettisoned the idea because of the implication of the law. So they jettisoned the idea that they will not go there again because it is not lawful to go into someone's compound without his permission. From then to 2021 till 2022 is getting to the end, the residents of the community who did not know his whereabouts decided again to go and clear the bush. This time around, the move was triggered when the owner of the house, when the owner of the piece of land beside Mr. Abiola's house moved into about 2 years ago after the completion of his structure. That's his house now. But the invasion of his residence by snakes crawling in from the next compound got him irritated about, and also worried about the safety of his family members. This was said to have make the community now to approach the Apete police station at the Apete police station again, where they were given the nod to do the necessary. They were given the permission to go and declare that place now, because it's over 4 years and the owner of that compound is not allowed. So reptiles and other things, all these snakes and thereabouts were disturbing the neighbor of this man, because that place is now overgrown. So on a Sunday, the community decided to hire laborers to clear the bush, that to clear the compound now. The house was constructed on the back side of the piece of land, while the front side had a thick bush that could be accessed. Understand? As in this bush now could not be accessed. As the laborers got there with some landlords and they started the work, they first noticed the landlords, that's Mr. Abiola's Volkswagen Golf car, which has been covered by the bush before they clear it. That's before clearing now. They noticed Mr. Abiola's Volkswagen car that has been covered by the bush. As the building came in view, it was also noticed that the window of Mr. Abiola's room was open, which prompted curiosity. So as they saw his window wide open, they were very curious to go and see what is happening there. Now, one of the landlords, Mr. Mohammed Ademola, so one of the landlords now named Mr. Mohammed Ademola was also who also worked for and used to interact with him, because so many workers there helped this man to construct that house from that community. So this Mr. Mohammed now decided to go to that window that is open to peep in, as in to peep and see what is inside in that room. Now, before we proceed to know what Mr. Abiola saw in that room, if you are still new to my channel, if this is your first time of coming here to my channel, this Oyokomita channel, I beckon on you to click that subscribe button. Subscribe my YouTube channel so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be able to notify. Now, as Mr. Mohammed Ademola, opened that window, as in peep in through the window, he was, however, shocked when he saw the skeleton on the bed of the house owner. So Mr. Ademola raised alarm that time, while others also who were clearing the bush, that the laborers now, they came closer to see why this man was screaming. As they all saw the skeleton of Mr. Abiola, they were all shocked, and the news quickly spread everywhere in that community. It was learnt that a divisional police officer, SP Grace Akinshenwa, was promptly informed, which made her to send detectives to the scene for investigation and action. Police detectives, as well as officials of Nigerian security and the Civil Defense Corps and the Minister of Environment, arrived at the scene, probably to evacuate the remains of this Mr. Abiola now. So the police now and every other person, including the Minister of Environment, was there present, to see what happened, and equally to investigate and to remove the body of this Mr. Abiola. So this thing, is somehow, So, but let's proceed to this video so that let's see why this man died there for complete 4 good years without any person noticing, because he had children, he had wives, he also have other buildings like in Port Harcourt and thereabout. But let's see why this thing happened to this man. So keep on watching to this video, and if you are still new to my channel, if this is your first time of coming to my channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. It means to follow me, so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified that I've uploaded a new video. Now let's proceed to the video. It was said that a bottle of azimine, packets of bicarbonate of soda, vitamin C, coartem. This coartem now is an anti-malaria drug, and a herbal tea covered with dust are present in his room. So for someone or for them to see these items present in this Mr. Abiola's room, it was quite obvious that he is sick. So he was like treating malaria or other sicknesses, because for them to see bicarbonates of soda, vitamin C, coartem and arsenic is in his room where he died, means that he was treating this sickness only him or by himself in that room. But let's also go further to this video, because there are still other things to look into. It was evident from his skull and the exposed teeth that he was gap-toothed in front. Also, his boxers could still be seen around his waist, while the top he must have worn had been eaten up by his rotten body. Only a tiny piece of his top remained by his side, also found with his phone and a laptop. His wardrobe still had his clothing. Now these items are still present there because they would really want to know if it was him, if it is this Mr. Abiola. So from the investigations, the man had a gap teeth, and then these things are still there, because the teeth are still there in the skeleton. So it was also evident that he was wearing a boxers, equally a top, which has been eaten up by his rotten flesh. You understand? And it was evident that only a portion of it are still seen. Also, they found his phone. It was said that he had 3 phones. 3 of them are still there, one at the right hand, one being plugged direct at the socket, then the other one at his left hand as well. And also his laptop is still there, plugged also on the socket. So these items are present in the room of this Mr. Abiola. Mr. Abiola, whose date of birth was discovered to be October 1st, 1955, moved into his house in July 2017, but was not in close relationship with the residents except normal greetings whenever their paths meet. He was known for his frequent travel to Port Harcourt to do his engineering work whenever the need arose. So this Mr. Abiola now is an engineer, understand? So he is a legit engineer. The central chairman of Adeosun Idiorobo Landlords Association, Mr. Oluwafemi Omilalana, said that Mr. Abiola always paid his due, but they noticed he didn't associate with others, and he came to landlord's meeting just once. So they were like telling people about this man now, understand? So let's continue and see what they had to say about this Mr. Abiola. He went further to say that his house has a high fence and was constructed at the back with big space in front of the gate. That's in front to the gate. So according to the residents, this man do not associate much with the people, his neighbors and thereabout. So but this man went further to say that the police have tried to source for his contacts so that they can reach his family, but the police line, the phone lines had become invalid. So the phone line in his phone are now all invalid. According to the central chairman now, he said that there was a phone number they found on one of his identity card, and he himself tried calling the line, but the person that he called and those with him were just laughing, and it seemed as if they don't even have a clue of what they were talking about. So it's like the number had been allocated to another person. So they till now they cannot locate the people of this man, as in the village, his relationship, his wife and thereabout. According to him now, that's the landlord chairman, he said that they also made efforts to get needed information from those who work for him as bricklayers, welders, mechanics and thereabout. But they said that Mr. Abiola was not the type to disclose his family information to anyone he knows or thereabout. So he didn't reveal his identity to anybody. But these workers had something crucial to say, because he also said a little bit. So let's see what his workers had for us, what they say about him. So let's see if we can be able to locate this man, to know why this man will die in his apartment for good 4 good years without any person noticing, without even the family members coming for him in that location. So let's see what really happened. It was learnt that he and his wife had a disagreement in Port Harcourt and they separated. That was why he decided to move to the house he built at Adeosun without letting anyone know he was there. So the landlord chairman now went further to state that this man and his wife separated in Port Harcourt, and that's the actual reason why he left Port Harcourt, built this particular place in that location, that's Adeosun now, and did not reveal his information to anyone. But let's see what the workers had to say about this man. So if you are still new to my channel, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be able to see it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Mr. Abiola had once told one of the persons that worked for him that his mother was living at Agugu. According to the central chairman, they want to go there and trace the area and get his family members. So Mr. Mohammed Ademola now, that's the landlord chairman, said that this Mr. Abiola had once told one of his workers that his mother is living at Agugu now, but they don't know that particular place. They just want to go and trace. But remember that that Agugu is like an area. So for you to go there and be asking people and thereabout, but they really just want to go there to try luck, not just to go and locate this woman, because the exact address, the address is not exact. It's just a kind of a community or thereabout. So he said that they will just go to try their luck to see if they can be able to see this woman. According to this worker now, he said 2 of his children are in the United States. That this man told him that 2 of his children are in the United States of America. And he once called one of them, as in one of the children now, a female, in his presence, and they spoke for a long time, as in they spoke for a very long time. And also, evidently, one of his workers that claimed to have known this man for 20 years also, who goes by the name Mr. Raji Kazim, who claimed to have known him for over 20 years, as I said earlier, said Mr. Abiola had obtained visa to travel to the United States of America, understand, and he personally informed him about it, and he thought he had traveled out of Nigeria. For these 4 years he has not set his eyes on him. So this Mr. Raji now confirmed that also that this Mr. Abiola now, who died for over 4 years without any person noticing him in his room there, also said that this Mr. Abiola now informed him that he has gotten his visa to travel to the United States before this incident happened, that he himself thought that he had traveled out to the United States of America. Now let's look into this man's health. Let's see why this man will die secretly in his room. Some people tell me to be that this man is a ritualist, or that people came there and killed him. But let's look at his health. Let's see if he had once upon a time told someone about his health. Now, one of his workers, Mr. Mohammed Ademola, now said that he told him he had high blood pressure and used to taking his medication. So this man had, a very serious high blood pressure, as he confessed to this man, and he is, used to taking his medication. Remember also that a certain drugs were found presently in his room that have stayed there for this complete 4 good years. So he went further to say that that even while working, as he was working for this man, that this man normally do something. Understand? He will live where dust was raised or smoke, and saying that at his age it is not good for him to inhale this smoke or dust. So evidently this man is critically sick. Understand? For him not to inhale some of these things, for example, if you raise smoke now or dust, the man will go out from there, and also that's a sign of asthma. This man might also be suffering from a severe asthma. He might be asthmatic. So many things are involved in this man's death. But as of the time I'm making this video, the main cause of his death is not yet revealed, but I'm following it up. Maybe next time I will make a very good commentary on the death of this man, what killed him. But for now, it is only presumption. Understand? So this man died in his room for complete 4 good years without any person noticing. So now, have they removed his body? Understand? Or is the body still lying there? So Mr. Omilanan said that the skeleton had not been removed because the community do not want to risk anything. You cannot remove someone's body like that, though the body has been there for complete 4 good years. Understand? This man died in his room. He went further to state that the environmental officials were with them, but they said they shouldn't do that, but they should first go and get approval from the environment authorities before they will be able to do that. So he said they want to trace his family as much as they can, but if that didn't work out, if that is not successful, they will get the approval from the Ministry of Environment and do the necessary. So they will try what they can to get the family members of this man, maybe advertise it on radio or television. But if all of these things is not successful, they will simply get permission or approval from the Ministry of Environment, and they remove this man's skeleton now from that room that have stayed there for complete 4 good years. So now, what lessons can we learn from this? Remember, in this channel, in this Onokomita Now channel, I say crime things, you understand? And some of these crimes, I personally select them so that you learn from them. So it's not very good, for you to live in a particular area and no one knows where you come from. Understand? So you can hide any other of your identity, maybe what you do or thereabout, but for people not to know where you come from is bad. So you really have to tell somebody where you are from. Understand? So that if something like this happens to you, someone will know where to get you. Understand? Where to find you, or to call people that will come and they claim you. Because I didn't see anything wrong, for you to tell someone where you are from, your village. Because this Mr. Abiola now did not even tell anybody, his village. He did not even tell anybody his whereabouts. He was just there, understand, without any person knowing his whereabouts, which is not good, which is very bad. So if you are new to my channel, if this is your first time of coming to this my Onokomita channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Why? Because anytime I upload a new video, you will be able to see it. Alright, so and if you have anything to say
If you like this video, or if you really want to suggest, a particular video you want me to do, you can easily leave the your this thing in comment section, so that I will make out time to go there. Or you can also tell me the country you are watching from. If you are watching from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, or any country at all, tell me the country you are watching from, and I promise you I will make more videos on crime for you, so that you learn from them. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye for now.